today we're gonna have to do a swap of fish. We're gonna switch tanks. First I'm gonna talk about the eels. We have 5 American eels. I've had them for, I don't know, about half a year. They've been doing very well. First we put them in the 1800 gallon, they were doing poorly because they were afraid of everything. And the perch were trying to see if they could eat them. Ever since we put them in this 240, they've been doing much better, learned to accept new feeds. As peers warned me, I mean they don't particularly care for each other's company. So there's a lot of regular fighting and biting going on, usually rather inconsequential. But lately one of them was getting a lot more than others. So that's the one that's now swimming up top. He's afraid to go down because look at his tail. It's been bitten way too much. The skin is damaged. So if you look at their tails, you pretty much will figure out who's the boss, or who's, you can figure out the pecking order. So this guy is almost intact. This guy is intact. That guy has some bites, but nothing to worry about. The third one. And the fourth one is also coping all right. Nothing much to worry about. I also noticed that this guy is smaller head and smaller body. This one's bigger. These two are bigger. One of them is, this one's bigger and this one's also smaller. So maybe these two are males and these 3 are females. They're thicker and their heads are bigger. It seems that way. See, his head is definitely smaller, but he's not carrying much damage on him, so he's doing okay. As I said, they've been fighting all together. They've been figuring out their dominance all together all this time, okay, but just lately this guy gave up. So we're gonna have to take him. I went around, looked at all the tanks. I decided to try him in this tank first. Maybe he'll be just fine here. I think he should be. Nobody should bother him here, and he shouldn't. I mean, there's a small knife in there that the eels never bother, so I don't think they're gonna bother any of these fish. And the fish is gonna come out of here. Same story. The 5 tigrinis. They've been fine together for a long time. Again, I mean, they certainly are territorial. They don't like company of each other, but they learn to stay away from each other. And usually everything's fine except like a little abrasion here or there, or a split fin. But for the last month or two, this guy has been getting too much. I was waiting for him to improve. He feeds and everything. All of them feed very well. But his fins are torn and he's bearing a lot of marks on him, bite marks. So he's gonna go back into the eel tank and hopefully he'll be just fine there. I feed him similarly cut fish and pellets, so I'm hoping that in terms of the feeding response shouldn't be too different. So let's catch the eel first, I guess. Put him here, and then we'll take the tig and place him in the other tank. All right, let's catch the eel. See how hard or easy it will be. No, sweetie, don't fight it. Yeah, you're gonna take it hard. Make it hard, I mean. See, they're very agile. They can go backwards and forward as they please. But I'm glad to see that he's so alert. He's not doing that bad as I feared. There you go. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. All right. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be in your hole. If you like it. Nobody will bother you here. Alright. We get a different net, we'll go for the tig. Poor guy couldn't come down anymore. He's been up there for, I want to say, a week in that corner. Every time he would come down, those other ones would try to drive him out. Okay, let's do the tig. As you can see, the other 4 tigs are in good shape. He's the only one odd one out. Furniture in here. Okay, sweetie, hold on, hold on, hold on. Alright, that was rather smooth. A compliment from me to me. Yeah, you can see the bite marks on his other flank, on his left hand side. All his fins are tattered, dorsal, both pectoral, one pelvic, adipose and tail are not in good shape. And I don't know why. The other, he's not the smallest. One of them is the smallest one, is doing okay. And again, they've been together for a year. So this started happening kind of like this eel. He gave up recently. Gave up the fight. So hopefully they will be much better here with this swap. Let's go look at the eel. The tig is, I want to say, probably about a foot. It's a 1-year-old tig. And the eel is about, this one is a slightly smaller one, so he's about 2 feet, maybe a little over. So hopefully he'll come down and his wounds on the back will heal up. Find himself a nice hidey hole in here and be comfortable. See the other 4 tigs. This one is medium size. This one is a little bigger. Where's the small guy? The one in the very back by the, on the other side of the rocks is the biggest. Oh, the smallest one is right here, right in front of me. In the cave. Okay, the two Caraíba are doing well here too. He's growing his tail back. That's the smallest one over there, the dwarf. So this tank is stable, let's say. Let's see how things go now that I've taken the eel out. It's one of the 5 eels. That usually carries with it risks of changing the balance. The remaining eels that used to dominate the other guy now will have to dominate each other if they have to, so changes may occur. That's the only remaining small head eel in here, which I assume may be the male. With the remaining of them are females. But as I say, they don't bother this little knife, never bothered other small fish in here, so they shouldn't bother the tig either.